interdependent, and we need each other to get the job done. To further add credence to this idea, let's just meander back and remember the fact that when Samuel was in the temple, he could hear God calling him, but he didn't understand what he heard. Eli could no longer hear God's call, but he could understand what Samuel could hear. And it was only when the two generations connected that the purpose of God was accomplished. As it was then, so it is now. And the problem with the church today is that we spend so much time fighting the little boy and the older disciple that we never feed the multitude over arguing over who is right and who is wrong. But I say to you, my brothers and sisters, we need to stop fighting over who's got the best church, who's got the best choir, who's got the best this and who's got the best that, and let's get together and get the job done. Tell three people and say, let's get it done. You know the story. They said, should we take 200 pennyworths and go into the city? Should we go to the world to feed the hunger we see amongst the believers? And Jesus said, they need not depart. In other words, I have so designed it that everything you will ever need is always somewhere close around you. Either it will be in the hem of a garment, or the jawbone of an ass, or a pot of oil under the cabinet, or a handful of meal in the barrel, but it's somewhere in the house. Tell your neighbor it's in the house. The thing you've been asking God for is in the house. The thing you've been praying for is somewhere close around you. Touch your neighbor, say it's in the house. You need not depart. You need not backslide. You need not go back to the world. You need not commit suicide. You need not go into depression. You need not have a nervous breakdown. Just because you're in a desert place, don't lose your cool and get frantic. You don't need to call a 900 number. You don't need to go to an astrologist. You don't need to have your palm read. But just be still and know that God is just as much God in the desert place as he was in the city place. And sooner or later, I feel like preaching now. Sooner or later, he's going to show up. And the Bible says that they said all we have is 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And another place it said just a little boy's lunch. And Jesus said, bring that hither to me. Have you ever felt, as I often have, Lord, I don't have enough. I listen at preachers today who think they know how to pastor, and I think that's just because you haven't done it yet. You don't have enough. You don't know enough. You're not gifted enough. As soon as you really find out the extreme hunger and brokenness and desperation that exists in people, it will drive you back to God and say, Lord, I don't have enough. I don't teach enough. I don't preach enough. I don't understand enough. All I have is this 2 fish and these 5 loaves of bread, but I'm going to give it to you and ask you to stretch it. Have you ever had God stretch you? Take you out of your comfort zone and stretch you. My God, I don't know who I'm preaching to tonight, but right now God is stretching you. You're going through some tests and some trials in your desert place, and God put you out there so he could stretch you. Is there anybody in here that's ever been stretched? put in a situation that intimidated you, and you said, Lord, if you don't help me, I don't have enough. I don't have enough patience. I don't have enough wisdom. I don't have enough friends. I don't even have enough money. Have you ever had God give you something you couldn't pay for? I wish I had a witness in here. God will give you something and you don't even have enough money to pay for it. God will give you a job and you don't even have a degree in the area that God gave you a job. God will give you a position and other people have more talent, but God puts you in the place and you say, Lord, I don't have enough. Miracles begin when you admit, Lord, I don't have. Somebody throw your hand up and say, Lord, I don't have enough. My God, I thought I knew how to raise children till I had 5 of them.